We have your Week 13 waiver wire pickups for you today. The fantasy season is quickly coming to an end. The waivers are getting thin out there, but there are some players that do have some fantasy value out there. We have two teams on bye week this week, the Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers. So let's get right into it. And starting off, we have running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Snell. And we saw on Monday Night Football, Najee Harris leave the game early due to the Lisfranc injury that's been lingering throughout the season. Jaylen Warren was ruled out for Monday Night Football due to hamstring injury, and if both those guys are going to miss some time, Snell is the running back from the Steelers that I'm going to be targeting. On Monday Night Football, he had 12 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown, and this week they're going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who have been terrible against the run. So if you need a running back, Snell may be someone you want to be targeting this week. Next, we have running back for the New York Jets, Donovan Knight, and we saw on Sunday Michael Carter leave the game early due to an ankle injury. He's considered day-to-day with the injury. It's only a low-grade ankle sprain, so there is a chance that he doesn't miss any time, but if he does, Donovan Knight may be someone you want to take a look at. On Sunday, he had 14 carries for 69 yards, as well as 3 targets for 34 yards, so you're going to want to monitor the status of Michael Carter. If he does miss some time, Donovan Knight will likely be the beneficiary of this. I do expect James Robinson to be back involved, but I think Donovan Knight is someone that is worth targeting if Michael Carter is in fact out. Next, we have wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, Mack Hollins, and Mack Hollins has been pretty decent for fantasy over the past few weeks. He's had double-digit fantasy points in 4 of the last 6 games. He's seen 8, 4, 6, 9, and 5 targets in the last 5 games. I think if you have a need for a wide receiver, Mack Hollins is a great player to be targeting on the waiver wire this week. He's on a team that's constantly playing from behind, which means they're going to be throwing the ball. So if you have a need for a wide receiver, Mack Hollins may be someone you want to take a look at. Next, we have wide receiver for the LA Rams, Van Jefferson, and the Rams just continue to deal with injuries at the wide receiver position. First Cooper Kupp, now Allen Robinson out for the remainder of the season, leaving Van Jefferson as the wide receiver 1 for the Rams. Hopefully Matthew Stafford can get healthy and be back out there this season, which would help Van Jefferson. But we saw on Sunday with Bryce Perkins, he has 7 targets for 29 yards and a touchdown. I know that's not that impressive of a stat line, but he did get 7 targets, and the team's going to need to throw to somebody. So if you have a need for a wide receiver, Van Jefferson may be someone you want to take a look at. Next, we have tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders, Foster Moreau. And Foster Moreau over the past couple weeks has been okay for fantasy. He's had double-digit fantasy points in 2 of the last 3 games. He saw 7 targets this past week. I think this is someone that if you're struggling at the tight end position, you could take a look at. He's on the field 100% of snaps, which means the opportunities are going to be there. This team's constantly playing from behind. So if you have a need for a tight end, Foster Moreau may be someone you want to take a look at. We have our quarterback of the week, DeSean Watson, going up against his former team, the Houston Texans, in his first game back after serving his suspension. The game is in Houston. I think he's going to want to go out there and show the world that he can still play football. And what a better matchup than the Houston Texans, which their defense has been horrible this year. So DeSean Watson is my favorite streaming option this week. We have our defense of the week, the Green Bay Packers, going up against the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears are dealing with a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball. Justin Fields dealing with a shoulder injury, uncertain if he's going to be available for this game. Darnell Mooney out for the remainder of the season. I like the spot for the Green Bay Packers and a get-right spot against the Chicago Bears. But that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, line 'em up!